Shalom Akim, Rubber Riders are Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Blessings unto the hopeful elect around the four winds, waiting to be delivered in these last days, man. Just a quick upload. The brothers may know if you're watching the news, especially RT News, doing the live inauguration, the third term, I think it's the third term of President Putin over there in Russia, Mother Russia and all that, you know. And basically, man, this guy, he's been set up for a reason. He's the top Edomite over there in the north, which is in the scriptures talking about the Russia, the king of the Medes, basically, um, also known as Gog and Magog, man. And he's definitely gonna be in line to be, you know, partakers of that World War III, man. He's basically been set up through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to do the endeavors or be the king over the Medes in the time of World War III, man. And that world war is going to take place, man, whether these devils like it or not. You know, the America's going to try and set up any, different um, agreements and all that to try and, bypass all these nuclear missiles from being bought and expounding upon enhanced technologies. But it's gonna go down, man, whether these devils like it or not, man. I'm just gonna play this video. As they said in the Matrix, the war is inevitable, man, and it's not gonna be stopped, as it says in the scriptures, man, because the Lord is the orchestrator of this war. He mushed off the host of the battle. As it tells in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. And he ruleth in the kingdom of men. It's the Heavenly Father that set these Edomites up in these different nations. And he's the only one that can bring them down, man. And that's for the basically judgment of them and judgment for the two-thirds that are, under this wicked system in society right now. Americans in Babylonian society right now, man. Which America is Babylon the Great. And it's going to be destroyed, man, for its wickedness and coming up against the laws, statutes, and judgments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and the Lord's people, man. Which are you Israelites, man, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The Lord's doing all this for you, and to publish His name throughout the four winds, because He's the ultimate power in the whole universe, man. And His Son is second in command, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. So these things must needs take place, man. That third world war is not going to be quenched, it's not going to be stopped. So I was going to jump to the scriptures real quick. I ain't going to dwell on this too long. I just saw this, so I just thought, man, this is the spirit. Because we're in a time of war, man. As it tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's a time of peace. There's also a time of war, man. And the peace ain't going to come until all this war is done and said and done, man. It's Jeremiah 15:3 says, for out of the north country there cometh up a nation against her. What north? Who's the north country? That's talking about so it's like I read it again. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her. That's talking about Russia, man. Mother Russia, coming up against who? The Chaldeans, man. The Babylonians, which is currently America, man. Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. Why? Because America's never been touched by war, immense war like it's going to be touched right now. This third nuclear war, man. And it's definitely going to be nuclear, man. It's going to be devastating and more. And it's going to be traumatic, destructive, and devastating, man. Because it's never going to be a time like this on the earth, like I told you in the book of Daniel, man. There ain't never been no nuclear war on this planet ever before, man. This heightened technology that all these nations have got now, man. Russia maintain a Satan 1, Satan 2. They got all kinds of weaponry ready to take America's ass out, man, and back and forth. Because they're the top leaders of the Edomites, basically. It says, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. America's gonna be turned into a whole landscape of dirt, man. Dust. And fire, man. It says they shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. So that the Lord's gonna, vanquish these devils. You so-called Edomite, you so-called white people, man. You Edomites in the Bible, you international bankers. You're gonna be the first crops of slaves, man. After all this is said and done, man. After the smoke clears, so to speak, and then the children of Israel were delivered. The elect beamed up into them ships and they're brought back down, man. and to rule on the earth, but with our Lord Yahweh Shai, King David, and the rest of the, the government of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Starting with the elect, they're gonna do the, they're gonna execute the judgment written, man, as the Lord prescribed. And that's to enslave you devils, man, and put hell on you like He did unto us, It says, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the goats before the flocks. It says, for I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. It's talking about Russia, man. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall they be taken. It says, their arrows shall be as mighty expert men as of a mighty expert man. It says, none shall return in vain. Yeah, the nuclear missiles are gonna go off. They ain't gonna return. They ain't gonna return back. They're gonna be shot off, man, and they're gonna hit their intended target, which is gonna be Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Why? Because the Lord said so, man. This is the Lord's movie at the end of the day. You devils ain't controlling nothing, man. You're going to do everything that you're supposed to do, man, like you've been doing, because you're the great serpent on the face of the earth, man, the devil, the great deceiver, man, and you've done your job to a T. So the Lord's going to do His job and fulfill what He said His word's going to do and destroy you devils, man. And after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, you're going to be exterminated off the face of the earth. Rightly so, man. We'll jump to the next scripture, man. I ain't going to speak for too long. I just wanted to highlight this point, man. Because, your brothers could read a book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. If they want to get, or 38th chapter, Slakia. They talk about Magog and Gog. Them being a guard to all the other small nations around them, like Syria, Iran. They're being a bodyguard to all the smaller nations around them. Why? Because they're the superpower over there in the North Country, man. And they're going to come up against this Western Hemisphere, American system, and destroy it, man. I was with Jeremiah 51. I'll start from 1. It says, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, rise up against me a destroying wind, that nuclear wind, man. And it says, and will send unto Babylon fanners. It says, that shall fan her, and make the fire greater. It says, and shall empty her land, for in a day of trouble, it says, they shall be against her round about. Yeah, and that's talking about that lake of fire, man. The Lord's going to send fanners, because that heat, that excruciating heat is going to be flabbergasted, and it's going to be great upon America, man. It's going to go up into the heavens, man. The smoke's going to go up forever, as it says, for a long ass time, man. There's a memorial of how not to rule on the earth. It says, against him that bendeth let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, Slakia. It says, and spare ye not, for her young men destroy ye utterly all her host. So there's going to be a lot of dead bodies, man, all around, man. 4 winds, man, and especially over there in the Middle East and in Americas, that place is going to be total ashland, man. That's going to be a total piece of ash, and in the Middle East is going to be bodies all over the damn gaff, man. It's see if we can jump. It says, verse 11, it says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields, the Lord hath raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, which is Putin right now. That's why he's still in rulership, man. Like, the Lord could have had another guy get set up and put up in there, but Putin's doing such a good job, just like Trump over there in the Americas. These are the 2 head honchos. They're going to go at it, man. Ball for ball, head to head, man. Like it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, it's going to be Egyptian versus Egyptian. I'll probably close out in that scripture. It says, for his devices against Babylon. So the Most High's devices who? Against Babylon, which is America, to destroy it. It says, because it is the vengeance of the Lord. It says, the vengeance of his temple, man. So the Lord's building up these armies. He's mustered the host of the battle, man. And he's going to make sure everything that he said is written is not going to return unto him void, man. It's going to accomplish that which he set up. It says, set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. It says, for Yahweh have both devised and done that which he spake. against the inhabitants of Babylon, man. So it's the Lord's word, man. You know, it's His doings, man. There's nothing you devils can do to stop it. All you can do is play it out, man. Because you're robots just like anyone else. You know, you was made, you know, and set up to do what you were supposed to do in these last days. This is Isaiah 19 and 19. It says in it, 19 and 1, Slack, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, talking about our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, the destroyer of the Gentiles is soon be on his way, man. He's coming in them chariots, man, which is also known as a cloud, you know, and it says, and shall come into Egypt, which is talking about what? America. Another name for Babylon the Great is Egypt, man. It's talking about that place of bondage, which is America. It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. It's talking about the same situation, man, in the book of Jeremiah, man. The dark sayings, the allegories, man. But it's all talking about the same prophecies, man. America's destruction. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So who's that talking about now? The modern day pharaohs, the so-called white man, the Edomites, man. So that's Putin and Trump right there, man. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. America, superpower against the Russian superpower, man. The king of the Medes over the king of the king of Babylon, man. So this is going to take place, and it says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. It says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, man. So that's going to happen, man. This is going to take place, man. And this is beautiful, man, because we get to actually see these prophecies play out in these last days, man. Which, you know, the prophets of old were earnestly praying for and wish they could see. You know, it tells you in the scriptures, man. You know, so, you know, brothers, you know, stay strong. We're almost out of this bitch, man. The heat's getting, the furnace of war is getting hotter and hotter, man. You know, and it's not going to be stopped, man. It's inevitable. So anyway, I'm going to close out. Give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Rakatham to the elect, Shalom, man.